Okay, it's recording.
Sweet. Okay, 1 second, actually. Okay, cool. All right, let's just get this started, get it going. We're going to talk about lineouts tonight. I can hear him laughing at me. Okay, who wants to tell me what is a lineout?
When the ball goes out of bounds, team throws it back in.
Yeah, sorry. You can come say hi so I don't have to feel stupid laughing. This will be your surprise guest. She'll pop on with knowledge. It's Britta.
Hello.
Britta was really good at lineouts.
Oh yeah.
I know nothing.
And that's Brent. Yeah, so Britta has a lot about knowledge. Kayla answered, what is a lineout?
Which is? I didn't hear
Say it again.
So when they throw the ball back in after it goes out.
Yeah,
It's true.
it's true.
A resumption of play.
Yeah, just restarts play once ball goes into touch. Okay.
Oh shoot.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just being recorded.
I know.
It's fine.
I'm gonna go back in the living room.
Yeah. All right.
I'll sit for 5 minutes.
Okay.
See, lineouts are so okay. So someone give me an example of different types of lineouts.
When you go quick and you don't actually lift someone.
Okay, that's one.
Please elaborate. How can you do a quick line out versus a traditional line out? What's the difference?
If no one touches the ball, like that's not a player, you can throw it. It just has to be backwards and it has to be 5 meters to someone else, most likely. I think.
But potentially, could you roll the ball into yourself?
You can't do that anymore.
What? Never mind.
Rules have
You
changed.
used to be able to do that. You could roll it into
Oh wait, no,
yourself.
you can. You can't throw it to yourself.
Yeah.
You can't throw it to yourself.
So if you bowl the ball 5 meters, could you go run in and pick it up? So if nobody's paying attention, is that an option?
Yes.
Yeah.
But would it be a smart option?
No. Not usually.
Not usually. Good. See, this is why I have Britta. She can elaborate more. Good. What other lineouts are there besides a quick one?
Or the hooker throws a ball to a jumper.
What kind? There's a few different ones you could do.
Well, there's a different pods if that's what you're aiming for, I guess.
Sure. What can you do after you throw the ball in? What
You
if
can pass it off.
pass it off?
Yeah, you can get it to the backs.
Or
You can keep it and I forget the word though. Not maul. Drive it forward.
there you go. Small works too. It's kind of same thing. Same thing. Good. Sweet. New girls, do you want to see what a lineout is first, and I'll ask some more questions? Because I'm sure some probably don't know. I know. This
They've
one?
gotten better.
Oh, those are like trick ones.
When Lynn was talking about quick lineouts, does that count a general lead too?
General lead is an actual set play. So a quick line out designates, it goes further. This is going to be a question that we were asking in the future, but you're just jumping the gun a little bit. So a quick line out, usually the sir sets the line or sets the mark. That is primarily the first job of anybody that a defensive player, when the ball goes out that you make sure you're there and calling the mark or setting the line so they cannot go quick, so they can root. So if they have an obvious advantage of going quick, if you get your butt over there and mark it, it becomes a set piece. So it becomes an actual line out. So generally would be a set piece. A quick line out is basically, it's an active ball still.
Does that make sense? Anyone confused on that? No? Okay, cool. That's a good question. Good answer. I just want to find a generic line out. I had one. Well, where'd that go? Okay. Oh wait, I have to share the screen. Share screen. Desktop. Okay, can everyone see this? Ignore those. Okay. That's kind of a trick one, a trick line out play. That's a generic, I guess you could say, line out. These are probably all trick ones.
Oh, that's straight off the training paddock, isn't it? Beautifully done. It's the stuff that make coaches very, very happy, and he's passed off this.
Yeah. So everyone see that again? New girls.
It's the stuff that
So ball's out of bounds. You have two teams, and you can't see the defensive team right here. They line up 1 meter apart, which creates the what?
The tunnel.
Tunnel. Good job. And that's where the hooker or whoever's throwing it lines up, because they have to throw the ball in the tunnel. Has to be in straight. And then the two teams just kind of go up for it. That team did not go, the defense did not go up on that one, but throw your teammate in the air, and then the balls restart, and the play goes on. Stop share. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. It will make more sense, new girls, when you start playing. Don't worry. For lineouts, how many players, should I say offensive players or defense players can be in a lineout?
Which line sets the number of the line?
Yeah. What team sets the number of players that will be in the lineout?
The team who is throwing the ball in.
Yes, the offense sets the number, sets the line out. How many can be in a line out? How many players on the field can be in the line out? Shannon.
8. I don't know. Is it 8?
You can, but there's a different answer.
Can't you have as many as you want?
Unlimited. I mean, you have to have a thrower. So you could have 14 girls in a line out. What are the boundaries, or where can you be within the line out? Like, where do your players have to be in order to be considered in the line out? Like, there's those dashes on the field.
You have to be past the 5 meter line.
And within what?
Isn't it 15?
Yes. Yep. So on the sidelines, there's like that 5 meter mark, and then there's another mark 15 meters behind that. And between that 5 and 15 is where the people in the line out can stand. So you can fit 14 players in that line out. I should pull up. We did one versus Navy, but we had 13 in. We kept our fullback out. We might have kept our other wing, but I don't think we did. But if a team were to do that and put like all 14 in, when do you think they would do that, or when would be a good idea? It's rare, but if you were going to do it, when would you do that?
Either a power play or you're going for them all.
Cool. Would you do it if you're like 40 meters out? No.
Hope
You guys
not.
are so quiet. No, you probably do it in like within 10 at the most, I'd say, because if you lose that ball and you don't throw it in straight or jumper doesn't catch it, and the other team gets it, then they have basically like 8-on-1 or whatever it is, 5-on-1. So then you're kind of screwed. But
It's a shock and awe play.
yeah, shock and awe. We call it Trojan horse when we did it. I can pull that up because I know we did it First Navy. So when the offense sets the number, what they want in the line out, what does the defense have to do?
They have to match it.
Yes, they have to match the numbers. If there's less than 7 in a line out, if it's not a full line out, where does the defense go if they have to drop their numbers? Where do those defensive forwards go? Thank you.
Maybe right behind the scrum half or fly half.
Don't they have to be 10 meters back? So
Yes.
like lining up with the fly half probably.
Yep, you have to be back 10. From that question, where does the opposing hooker stand? Where can they go? And do they have to be back 10?
They can go in the hooker channel and no, they don't have to be back 10.
Good job, Brooklyn. Good job. Where's the hooker channel?
In between the 5 meter and the out of bounds.
Fist pump. Good job, Brooklyn. Love it. Okay, good job. All right, next question. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Alexis. I can only see half of your face.
Well, I'm using my phone because my laptop doesn't work.
Just want to be like you.
You want the bangs?
There you go. I got rid of bangs in 3rd grade, honey.
Oh gosh. Okay, so you touched it.
So who throws the ball in?
Yeah.
The hooker or the throw?
Does it have to be the hooker?
No.
Good job. Pretty much anyone who can throw it is what we like to do. Okay, so we kind of briefly touched about different lineouts that you can do. Talked about the quick lineout, talked about just like a generic lineout. You have your pods, right? You can have a front pod, you can have a back pod, you can have a middle pod actually too. You can either do it off the top where you throw the ball in and then the jumper passes the ball while in the air to the 9 to throw it out to the backs, or immediately when she comes down, she can pop it out to the 9 and throw it out to the backs. So we call that like off the top. We're not driving or mauling. If you do an off the top line out, where on the field would you do an off the top line out instead of a driving line out? Alexis.
So, oh my God, Flame, why you gotta put me on the spot?
Britta.
Yeah, you're right. So wouldn't you drive if you're closer to your try, and then off the top if you're further away? I don't really want to put.
So like field,
Where-
think of
Yeah.
field markers. Would you do off the top if you're inside the 22?
No.
What about between the 22 and the 40?
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
And then between the 40s, both 40s, what do you think?
probably off the top
Yeah, because why?
because you have more space, more room
Or what to happen?
for it to get out to your backs, and your backs can use their space and use their depth.
Boom. Look at that. Good job, 5th year.
Too easy.
I guess you said it. You want to drive and maul when you're within your 22.
But you're more apt to want to maul and drive if you're even like 22 is far away, unless you're like absolutely behemoths and want to make that much work for yourselves. Probably within the 10.
We could show them the Stanford lineout versus you guys.
I don't remember that.
They drove you in from like the 50-meter.
Shut up. I don't remember that. I wasn't a part of that.
Yes, you were.
Oh, really? I don't know.
When you're in Santa Barbara and Mariah got hurt and sent off on the stretcher.
Oh, that was a terrible game.
Yeah. They played Stanford in Sweet 16, and Stanford did a driving line out at the 50 and drove all the way in and scored a try off the line out. And it's on their highlight reel, like their 2010 highlight.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember this, so it didn't happen.
I remember that. It did. I'll find it and share it. 5-man lineouts. So you have 5 people. It's basically you have a jumper and 2 lifters. 2 jumpers, 2 lifters.
Are you counting the?
I'm not counting. You have
2 jump, 1 lifter, or 1 jumper, 4 lifters.
yes, one
Front pod and back
one
pod.
jumper, 4 lifters. So the jumper can go in the front pod or the back pod. So it's a 5-man line out. When you don't see them often, but we do them. When do you see that happen for a 5-man line out? Don't overthink these questions, guys.
I don't know the answer to this, so you guys, doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. We're all in the same boat.
You said when do you do a 5-man line out? If the backs are doing well, get it out to them.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
To give them more space.
Yeah, so basically kind of goes to when you go like off the top, for giving the backs more space, and then they get the glory of scoring tries, and they don't thank the forwards. Go on and on. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's basically it. Good job, Izzy. Okay, when you are in a mauling line out, a driving line out, who directs that maul or drive? Who's directing the line out once you start driving?
Scrum half.
Boom. Good job. When do you pull out of the maul and reset yourself back in the maul while you're driving? When do you do that? Does that make sense?
If it's spinning, is that what you're like?
Is it
Elaborate
when
a
you
little bit.
become unbound?
Like if nobody's in front of you,
Say that
like-
again.
like if you're on offense and you're pushing, but like there's no defender in front of you, like you could just come around to the back. If that makes sense.
Yes. Yes. Yep. When you're in front of it, good. Or when your scrummy tells you. So the entire time you guys are in a line out, and if you're driving, your scrum half is yelling at you and telling you what to do. If you're driving in a line out, when do you take the ball and pass it out? So if you
Like-
have, go ahead.
If you're not driving anymore, if you're kind of stopped.
Or, I guess, scratch that. Yes, you're correct.
Or I guess maybe if the fly half sees something too.
That basically I was getting at, I was always taught, and you always strive for when you're driving on that line out, you don't stop until you can't drive no more, like you said, or you get to the try zone and you just touch the ball down and it's a try. Cool. When you're on defense, you're in the defensive line out, and you're counting the numbers, and you have to drop because they're not doing a full line out, who drops first out of the defense of forwards?
The last person in the lineout.
Yep, which is usually your what?
Your
do you-
flankers.
Yes, fifth year. Good job. So every place in that line out is strategically, like you strategically place your players based off kind of positions, how fast they are, what their strengths are, and that's how you position them in the lineouts. I'm trying to think of any questions that I have. Kayla, what's our time? What does it say?
You're there probably like 21 minutes.
31 minutes.
31 minutes?
Yeah.
Or is it 21? Did you start at 7? No.
It might be 20 minutes because it started a little bit later.
20 minutes? Okay. 10 more minutes, guys. 10 more minutes.
Describe your ideal jumper.
Small.
Aggressive.
Flexible.
Honestly, Eileen.
Confident.
Oh, good.
Positional wise, who are jumpers usually?
Wings.
Usually wings.
In the zones they are.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes locks are because they're taller.
Yes. You usually have your tall.
Whoever's the tallest, lankiest player who's non-expendable, aka the fly half, not the fly half or the scrum half. So anybody in between.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you choose a wing though?
They're usually skinny, able to be lifted easier.
They're light usually.
What about in terms of position wise though? In the
They're
field.
usually like the furthest away from the set piece anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tactical, strategic and tactical. You would put your wing in the line out.
If they fit the profile.
If they fit the profile.
Because you weren't gonna lift me in college.
Or Mariah.
Or Mariah.
But Lundy on the Zons, she does lineouts. Yeah.
But traditionally wise, it's your lock or flank.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you put a wing in there, like if you watch any of the Amazons games and Lundy is jumping, she's like the tall wing. If you watch her, anytime they drive, she squeezes out so fast from those lineouts, so then she can get back in position and be a threat on the wing and in the field. That's kind of phenomenal to see and watch.
Yeah, I
don't know how she does it.
I don't know how you're able to do that. Because essentially, when are you allowed to drive the line out?
As long as somebody on the other team engages with you.
But are you able to drive if they're still in the air?
If you have to touch the ground first, I believe.
Yeah. You can't. And then also, did you do the jump?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay.
Or which one? Which one?
When you're in defense and you're and you're
no.
countering the line out, when are you allowed to jump to contest the ball?
I didn't write that down.
On the opposing's like movement.
On the movement or when the ball is in the air? Because they could be moving around, but can you?
You're right. Probably ball in the air then.
Still in the hooker's hands.
Ball in the air then.
Ball in the air. If the ball is not in the air, you're not allowed to contest the scrum in the air. And so you have to immediately come back down to the ground. And some SIRs will not allow you to jump again. But otherwise, you're able to contest it once the ball gets thrown into play. But you're kind of SOL by that time.
Mm-hmm. And more often than not, the SIRs that we have won't let you jump again. So that's why at our level, you'll see a lot of teams try and do like fake like they're gonna fake jump or whatever to get the defense to jump in the air, and then they wait because the defense has to come back down. So then the offense strategically waits for that, so then they can jump with not having anyone contesting against them. Just keep a little watchful eye out for that in games when you watch film. Strategics.
She wasn't an English major.
I wasn't. I'm trying to think. What other good questions are there? Do you guys have any questions about lineouts?
I guess I have one.
Yep.
So if I guess, I'm not really a back, so I don't really know. I've never really paid attention. But like if we don't use the wing, the side that we're jumping out of, where does that wing drop back to?
If we don't use the wing on the side that we're jumping, where's the wing drop back to? Like when we're on
With the weak side wing?
Well, like whatever side, because if it goes out on one side, we're not going to wait for that other wing to switch if that's like the strong side, if that makes sense.
So are you talking like if it was an offensive line out, where does that wing go? Shannon, where does the wing go?
You just go back and you line up with the backs still.
And you do what? You look for
A pass or a hole in case there's.
Look for work. Always
Yep.
look for work. Yes.
So like they would be where they usually are, but just 10 meters back.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so often at this level, everyone like has this weird mindset of like your wing stay, like if you're put on one side of the field as a wing, that's the side you're supposed to stay at in the game, back and forth. That's not necessarily the case. Defense, yes, you want to make sure your wings are on the sides to be in line with the defense. But on offense, you are not limited to that channel on that side of the field. You can, if the ball is on the opposite side of the field, you can run, look for work, and be an option all the way out on the other side of the wing, on the opposite side of that wing, and create an overload. And you're always looking for work. You can insert yourself if you see holes. Like, don't limit, if you're a wing, don't limit yourself to just stay on one side of the field. Obviously, be smart about it. If you're going to insert, that's when you talk to your fullback and your teammates saying, like, I'm going to insert, blah, 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 watch my side, maybe let a flanker know or something. So that's you guys have to talk if you're leaving a space open on the field in case of a turnover ball. But wings are very, very important in college and in every level. Like, they're good players. Wings are really good players. So some people might be like, oh, you're sticking me on the wing because I'm new or whatever, which sometimes that could be the case just to get you experience. But other times, you have really good freaking wings. I mean, we had Britta and Mariah or ours.
Or if you're looking at the defensive standpoint from the line out, so wing can kind of look useless because they're essentially an extra body. What they can also contribute is they can go in and drive. They can also contribute to the maul and provide a counter drive. Also, if they do, they're a second line of defense. If the hooker is not able to make the tackle or assist, if they do an inside play for a line out, or essentially they just match up with their opposite wing. So if their opposite wing moves, it might be more beneficial to let the fly half know whoever's closer because they might not be able to get out there in time, or drop back depending on field position.
That's it. I found it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Keep talking.
That's like essentially the biggie is just the wing being aware of their surroundings. And not just being a useless body, but being a productive body.
I found the video of Stanford driving 50 meters. I'm going to show it to you guys. I got to find it. Does anyone else have any questions? Comments, concerns?
How about this? When it's a penalty play and you're given the option scrum or line out, when would you potentially want to throw a line out compared to doing a scrum?
On if you're like losing your scrums, then you're doing better on lineouts.
What about on field position too?
Within the like their 22. Like if you're close to scoring.
That, or if you're in a defensive potential, you're playing in their 22 and you want to be able to clear enough spot for your fly half or whoever to kick the ball. Give them enough time if they're able to do that. Oh, is this it?
That's it. What's actually watching that made me think of a really good question. Oops, sorry. When you're on defense and the line out is happening, backs, where do you have to be? How far back do you have to be? Oh yeah, Lynn did answer this. Okay.
But this is active listening. How many meters do you have to be back?
When you're on defense and you're not in the line out.
It's a good silent answer.
If you're on
7,
defense, don't you have to be 5? Wait, 10. Always 10. Just kidding.
10.
When in doubt, 10 it out.
Yep. So when can you approach to the line? How do I want to word that? When can
you say balls out, essentially?
Not necessarily that, but
when can you advance?
From being
the
10
10 meters?
Back. Yeah. When can you advance up to the gain line off a line out? So you don't have to be back 10. You can be right up on the defensive gain line or last foot. When can you do that? I don't know how to word that question.
Just when can you advance?
When can you advance? So backs, when you're on the defense and you're in a line out and you're back 10, when can you advance back up to be flat? Or just advance, not necessarily be flat, but advance beyond 10.
You're so hyper. You're so hyper.
Do I have any backs on here? Yes, I do. Shannon. Casey's like waiting to scream the answer.
Is it after the ball's thrown?
One option is that, yes, I guess. Yes.
I don't know.
I guess you do. In the line out, a sir is going to have their hands.
When the hand goes down.
So in a line out, the sir will have the hand. When the line out happens and throw happens. And you have to be back 10. Back 10. And the fly off's always saying like, 10, sir. Yes.
Oh.
The moment that sir drops their hand, defense backs, you can be up. You don't have to be back 10 anymore. That means either the ball is out of the line out, thrown out, or they've driven it a certain amount of meters. I'm not sure the number of meters. But if they're driving for a bit, then the sir will bring down their hand. And if they continue driving the line out, you can move up then. Defense backs. That makes sense? You'll see it in this video of Stanford versus Britta and the rest of the
Don't
Unigirls.
remember this. I wasn't there.
This was the year before I joined.
I wasn't there.
So a lot of the girls on the conference call the other night were in this video. Red is in this video. Soliday is in this video. Mariah.
My only defense of this video is that we played terribly. Like, this was embarrassing. This game was embarrassing.
Okay. Can everyone see this? I want this big.
Like, I felt shame after this game.
All right. This was Stanford's promo for 2010. It's right here.
Click F.
Click F?
Yeah.
Can everyone see that? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'll rewind it. Okay. Not this. Right here. You and I's in black. That's at the 50. Watch the sir's hand drops. So the backs are now up 10 from being back 10. And they're just going to drive. How do you not remember this? How do I remember this? I wasn't even on the team yet.
Let me see. I don't even remember where I'm at. Oh, there I am. That was me. That was me. I filtered back in.
See everyone filtering back in.
That's me.
Oh, well, they didn't show it all, but they actually score off that line out. 50 meters.
And also, good lesson on that too. What do the body positions of us look like? Because I would love to see the time of that when that was during the game.
I think it was at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do the body positions of that look like from what Stanford was driving, from what we were counter driving?
You're like standing straight up.
We look like crap. We're tired. The backs don't want to help us, so we're on our own. So, but you look how Stanford was when they came in, their typical drive. So, I mean, basic.
They didn't even have momentum yet.
No,
It
and
was a
physics. I
standstill.
mean, how are you gonna stop someone when standing up?
That's how we always work on ball care. Jumper catches it, and as they're coming down, we're like pushing them forward. Literally, like the second their toe touches the ground to get that momentum to go. And if a team does not contest, aka University of Iowa, if they do not contest in the line out, what do you do?
Don't you have to get it out?
Yeah, just literally just throw it out to the backs, because then it's just a one-on-one with the backs.
Otherwise, you'll be called for obstruction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else have any final questions or final thoughts? I think we made it to half an hour. This is our last one of the year, guys. Woo! I don't have to do this anymore. It's my most vulnerable time as a coach is these coaching videos. It's my weakness. I don't like to be on the video. Do you have any like if they're gonna get anything out of this session, Britta, what's one thing they should always remember about lineouts?
They can actually make or break games.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's very important for our thrower to throw in straight. We did not talk about that. The ball has to be thrown in straight in the tunnel. You can't throw it straight to your side of the team. It has to be thrown right down the middle for both teams to have an opportunity to contest it. Offense has the advantage because they know what pod they're going to be throwing to. So, yeah, so it's very, very important. We talk about keeping possession all the time. Same goes for lineouts. You want to keep possession. If you're a defense contesting the lineout, you want to fight in the air and get that ball back to us. Plain and simple. Rugby's simple. Have the ball, keep the ball, do what you need to do to score. If you don't have the ball, get the ball back and keep that ball.
The ball is your toy, and you don't share your toy with anybody, especially your sister who's on the opposing team.
It's true.
That was taught to us one time like that. The ball is your toy, and you do not share.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And if you lose the ball, you get the ball back.
Awesome. Anything else, ladies? Is everyone staying in for their little Friday nights? Oh, yeah. Exciting. Cool. All right. Well, appreciate it. I was thinking about the whole CTE talk. I can wait until February to do that. We don't have to do that next week because then we'll just pledge the same day that we do it in February. So I might go out to the fields next week if it's nice and just